Have you ever taken a trip out west? You may have hopped in a plane and flown there, but have you ever driven out west? Right now, where I'm sitting, I am in Indiana. And if I were to hop in a car right now and just start driving west, eventually I'm going to see beautiful mountains, wonderful views. But you have to get through Kansas and like Nebraska before you get over there. And I can tell you in those times where, and I don't have anything against Kansas, nothing against Nebraska. I'm just saying that those are very boring states to drive through. Wonderful people, wonderful places. But you get my drift. There's something amazing about whenever you finally pull into that national park and you see all the hills and valleys and mountains and colors and water and forests. It's just unbelievable. Or what about this? You have a favorite type of music. I mean, we all do. But if you can think for a moment of your favorite song, I want to ask you something. If this song, the very first note of this song were to start, bah, whatever it is, and your song has a good beat, right? And it bump, bump, bump. I'm not a musician, so forgive me. But your song has a beat and a certain pattern. If I were to play that same song, but instead of the beat, I were just to play the first note non-stop and never get to the second note, or maybe we expand it a little bit and we say first note, second note, third note, and there's no beats in between or no rests in between, you would think that that's just a lot of noise. There's something about music that you have to have the space between. You have to have the silence. You have to have the valleys, the crescendos, the decrescendos. In the same way, when we think about the mountains and the valleys, those mountains are so incredibly majestic because we've experienced and we've driven through. We're driving through the valley a lot of times and we just see just the majesty and the awesomeness of this mountain. If all land were flat and there were no contours, then we would go out of our minds, right? Driving through all of that. In the same way, I think that we often misunderstand and misinterpret the valleys in our lives. They're hard to go through, yes, of course. But a lot of the times we don't look at it from the view of what the mountaintops are going to look like. Do we appreciate the mountaintops because we've been through the valleys? Or would we just rather be on mountaintops all the time? Probably we'd rather be on mountaintops emotionally, spiritually, all the time. But at the same time, I think, this is the theory, I think if we were to always be on mountaintop experiences, then we would take them for granted. Don't you think so? Like, my life is great, everything's perfect, everything's going the way it could go. I'm going to stop praising God in all times and just kind of take it for granted. That's me. Maybe that's not you. Maybe I'm overstating that. Psalm 30, verse 5 says this, "For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." Do you see the contours of that particular passage? Sometimes Jesus gives us the silent parts because he wants to calm our hearts and he wants us to focus on him to receive the mountain, the majesty, the awesome. I think life has to have the contours, the ups and the downs, the rests and the activity, the passive and the aggressive and all of these kind of opposites. There has to be a pattern, a beat, a music to it. And we take that for granted sometimes, or we wish that we were not in that valley. So maybe when we're in that valley, perhaps we can appreciate knowing that the mountain is coming. Well, hope you got something from that today. Have a great day.